Tonight was a big win for the NBA in-season tournament with the slate of inaugural games that were played tonight. A lot of close games. Unpopular opinion, I fucks with the court designs, or at least I like that the NBA tried to do something different with the courts. Some of the courts are ugly, like, the Nuggets one. Well, I saw a funny tweet where someone said the Nuggets court looked like a Blockbuster membership card. Some of the jerseys are ugly, but I like the bold colors for the most part. I like that the NBA is trying to do something, and not to bitch about the bitching, but I just don't understand why people are even responding to the anti-in-season tournament people. It's not, those people are just being intentionally obtuse about it. They're regular season games. They're still regular season games. They're just beefed up a little bit. I see no harm, no foul. As someone who did not initially like the play-in games, I was proven thoroughly wrong by that. The play-in games have been fire. I saw no problem with the in-season tournament. But tonight, if you are a proponent of it, it was a big win for you. We had a lot of competitive games across the board. Just got done watching the Trailblazers Grizzlies game, and it looks like the Grizzlies might be having the season from hell in the making. I mean, some of these teams, there's a lot of good teams in the West. Some of these teams have to perform under expectations, and I guess the Grizzlies are just, blowing a 10-point lead and then letting the Blazers tie it. Shaedon Sharpe was incredible in the fourth quarter in overtime. But let's just bounce around the league real quick. The Cleveland game, the Cleveland Pacers game, that was a close game. Tyrese Halliburton making some very clutch shots towards the end, or made one clutch shot towards the end. Tonight was the first time this season the Cavs' full starting lineup played. Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland made their returns tonight, and you can tell that there were some communication issues, especially defensively, and the Pacers capitalized on it. Still don't like that the Cavaliers only took 28 threes. I feel like Darius Garland should be taking more threes, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna harp on that because I was asking for it last year as well. I just think the world of Darius Garland. But first game back, no big deal. I am kind of worried that the Cavs have just stretches where they're still just not scoring, but it'll iron itself out. But the Pacers played really well. Buddy Hield made some big shots. They were getting up and down and running. That was a close game. Going to the Bucks and Knicks, Dame, Giannis, they still have some stuff to iron out. I do like that Adrian Griffin was quick to make adjustments. He realized that Brook really just belongs in a deep drop coverage. He talked about that in an ESPN interview during the game, but got to keep him in there. And then just run, not even just spam pick and roll with Dame and Giannis, just run two-man game off of them. And they did a little bit more of that tonight, and it's good that Adrian Griffin at least was quick to make the adjustment, even though he probably should have been running this two-man game a bit more often to start the year, especially after we saw the effects of it in the preseason. Chris Middleton also looked really good in this game as well. I had most of my attention on one of my main screens on the Warriors Oklahoma City Thunder game, and I'm going to do a video on Chet Holmgren soon because I think that dude is a cheat code. The Thunder are still looking to get off the ground a little bit, put a little win streak together, and this was kind of, why I wasn't so quick to jump on the Oklahoma City Thunder can win 50 games train. It's tough for young teams to figure out how to win consistently. As talented as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, even though he didn't play tonight, there's just tough sometimes for young guys to get that consistency, and development isn't linear. But they are a good team. They are a good offensive team, and Chet Holmgren seems to be the skeleton key that unlocks Oklahoma City's drive and kick game. Lou Dort was just on fucking fire tonight, especially in the third quarter. He could not miss. He was making sidestep threes, contested threes, and then Josh Giddey weirdly absorbed Lou Dort's fire and then kept scoring in the fourth quarter, was just dusting Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson. even Draymond Green some. Cason Wallace, the rookie, the lottery rookie that they drafted over the summer, he showed some nice scoring chops, had a couple of drives on Draymond Green late in the game. And then, of course, we had the controversial call at the end. I don't know what it is about these refs, man. I just feel like they get worse every year. And I know I say that in a lot of my videos, but god damn, dude. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's unorganized, too many reviews, too many bad calls where coaches have to waste their challenges. But again, the Golden State Warriors. If the Golden State Warriors keep winning, I'm going to have to make a video clapping back at some of the comments and flack that I got for putting the Warriors in the contender tier. Y'all are going to learn to respect the damn Warriors. I'm going to say it in every video, and I'm going to be fucking annoying about it because I don't understand how we just sweep the 4-time champs under the rug, especially a team with Steph Curry, who, by the way, had the game-winning bucket tonight, and on the season is averaging 30.8 points per game, 55% shooting, 46.5% from three-point range on nearly 12 three-point attempts per game, nearly 6 rebounds, and just over 4 assists. This guy is still playing at his peak. A top 10 player of all time is still playing at his peak. And as long as they have that trio, the defense was a little shoddy tonight, but I mean, to be fair, both teams were on fucking fire. It was 141 to 139. But as long as they have that trio, they have a shot. And oh, by the way, Chris Paul is playing really well for the Warriors. Had 12 assists tonight and 0 turnovers, even though he only had 1 point and was struggling with the shot a little bit. They just look like they've played together forever. Dario Saric is a good pickup for them too. Also, back to the Thunder. I know I made a video on Isaiah Joe last year. I just still don't understand how Doc Rivers looked at Isaiah Joe and was like, yeah, no, you're just not a good rotation player. And then the Sixers basically cut him, and then the Thunder scooped him up and stole him on a nice steal of a contract. But whatever. And then I saw the ending, just the ending of the Bulls-Nets game. We all know why Ben Simmons tapped out that missed free throw from Zach LaVine. I'm just going to leave it at that. The Bulls are awful to watch. They're on blow it up watch. They're on fire sale watch. But again, another close game. By the way, I like the red court. I like the red court from the Heat and the Chicago Bulls, and actually the Portland Trail Blazers too. And then we go to Dallas and Denver. Look, the Nuggets are the best team in the NBA. They have the best player on the planet. Nikola Jokic had 33, 14, and 9 assists on 14 of 16 shooting. Are you fucking serious? 1 steal, 1 block. They're just a machine. They have the offense perfectly constructed around Jokic in a Murray two-man game. Michael Porter Jr. looks like he's taken another leap on the defensive end. There were a few switches where he was guarding Luka Doncic and did well. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 2 of 3 from 3, still provided some decent defense on Kyrie Irving and a few others. Jamal Murray had 13 assists. He's underrated when it comes to nobody talks about his passing, even though the broadcast brought it up a lot. And the Mavericks, look, I may have underestimated Dallas. They might be a little bit more solid than I gave them credit for when I did my preseason tier list. But you could just tell the entire game, the Mavericks are just a level below some of these contenders, just based on the roster. I'm not so sure that starting Derrick Jones Jr. is a long-term thing. I don't want it to be a long-term thing. You just got to start Josh Green. I don't know what they're doing there, but the Nuggets were just in control the entire time. They beat Dallas the fuck up on the offensive glass. Aaron Gordon was getting offensive rebounds. Jokic was just sunning Derek Lively, Dwight Powell, and Grant Williams on offensive rebounds and post-ups. Look, the Nuggets are just a machine. There's really nothing the Mavericks can do about that. And I only watched sort of the back end of the Grizzlies-Blazers, and I plan to rewatch that game because what I've been noticing is that Shaedon Sharpe is relishing this opportunity. One, not having Damian Lillard there anymore, obviously, but the Anthony Simons injury is freeing up just a runway for Shaedon Sharpe because that dude has immense potential with his athleticism at his age. This is a great opportunity. The Blazers have nothing to play for, and man, the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies just, like I said at the beginning, they might just be having the season from hell. It's just as simple as that. But overall, the games have been competitive. The players have been really competitive in these games. And it coincides with an NBA season right now that's starting off very competitive. There's a lot of good, talented teams in the NBA, and they are competing. And the fact that it's coinciding with this tournament, it's just gravy if you're trying to sell the in-season tournament. I don't understand the detractors, but again, there's always going to be detractors. We move. The in-season tournament, very good impression on the first night.